Chris, what have your experiences been with social action and community service at Duke? Maybe name a couple, and how have they shaped your perspective?
Sure. So when I have been talking in general about my candidacy, one of the things that I emphasize is my breadth of experiences at this university and how I've been able to take snapshots of a lot of different experiences at Duke, and experience with service and with social action is I'm glad to say is one of them. And that's manifested itself in a couple of ways, and that's been through DPS itself. I worked for a year with Sanjay Kishore on DPS Connect. He and I spent a summer brainstorming and co-founding that program and bringing the first-year service program to new heights. And I know it's gone along, it's been taken to new heights since we let go of that, thanks to some awesome leaders. But it's also been through opportunities like service learning classes, in which I've engaged in the Durham community through financial education curricula, and even just tutoring in the Durham public school system. And then I'll couple that with leading philanthropic efforts in my fraternity as well. We've done multiple fundraisers and done hands-on involvement with organizations on campus like the Ronald McDonald House that have given us as an organization insights into patient needs and how they integrate with service opportunities on campus, and it's something that we're very proud of in the Duke University health system and hospital. So all these experiences are one facet of what I bring to the table in terms of understanding the desires that Duke students have to participate in this type of work and participate in their communities and to change their communities around them for the better. And I've been enabled certainly by some of the things that we do as an institution, whether that's funding student groups or expanding service learning programs. Oh, and I also spent a summer in Kenya doing microfinance work with the Foundation for Sustainable Development. So all these different experiences have led me to really be able to engage Duke students, but from taking a step back and understanding how Duke operates, there are certain things that enable students to have these opportunities to learn and understand and to make a difference in the lives of those around them and their own.
Sweet. Yep. Sweet. Awesome. So just segueing that how into the Young Trustee Board, what would be, how do you see yourself taking those perspectives and kind of embodying them and taking them into the boardroom with
Absolutely. So these are experiences and perspectives that I am not alone in in having and in sharing, and I've shared them with many people, and it's an important as Duke students and we as an institution articulate our mission to make a difference in not only the realm of higher education, but also in knowledge and service to society, and making an impact for students here and students abroad wherever they take their initiatives. And so it's with these experiences I understand what Duke is trying to get at, and when it mints a student from first year to senior year. And in the board setting would most definitely articulate what has been challenging for me in terms of whether it's trying to get funding to start a Kiswahili class at Duke, because I think that we send 30+ students to East Africa every year, and if I had learned Kiswahili before I went, I would have been a much better microfinance officer. And talking about things that enable students, but also talking about the challenges that we face when we come back from experiences like that, and brainstorming different programs moving forward and how we can incorporate these into our curriculum and our education. I think that overall, I've talked about curricular reform in some of my other meetings, and I think over the next 5–10 years we have a unique opportunity to make an impact in what a liberal arts education means, and really go past interdisciplinarity and really start applying the liberal arts creative mindset to problem solving at this university, not at a level that is pre-professionally focused or consulting focused, but problem solving for much bigger things that many Duke students are passionate about, and we should be harnessing the passions we have on campus. 5 minutes left. We should be harnessing the passions we have on campus to elevate what it means to be a Duke student and have a Duke degree.
Sweet. And then the next one, do you see any issues or challenges in how Duke right now institutionally supports service groups? That can be Durham International.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So, I've always kind of struggled with the accessibility to resources, and this is less of a trustee level issue, but certainly one that can be articulated and changes that could be made. But we have our Office of Durham Regional Affairs that's on Main Street downtown. That, most students wouldn't ever get to know, fail, win from walking around campus, and he's our Vice President for Durham Regional Affairs. The Smith Warehouse is also difficult to get to in terms of understanding what resources are there for students to engage in, and that's for every single group that has their offices there. So, and then beyond Centers for Civic Engagement and study abroad and things like that. So making sure that resources are more available to students and that information the flow is more prevalent as to where students can engage in these things. We also always struggle with, we're getting to a point where we're struggling with funding students' desires to engage in these types of opportunities. Duke Engage having become the most popular reason to enroll at Duke, is more competitive than it's ever been. And if you talk to young alumni that went on Duke Engage when the program first started, they were asking people to go. Please, this is really cool. Check it out. So balancing the expansion of these programs moving forward, the information flow about the programs that we currently have, and making sure that funding is also directed at ensuring that the programs are of a very high quality are three things that are challenges now that we need to make sure are on the table as we move forward with respect to our engagement domestically and internationally.
Sweet. And then just looking forward, any ideas you have about your interaction with the board and how that could help solve or address some of the challenges?
Sure. So I'm sitting here as a candidate. You will hear every candidate has a breadth of experiences at Duke. I'm sitting here as a candidate with the most Board of Trustees experience, and with that, I have had a unique opportunity to see young trustees in action and to see what they've done well and where they've fallen short. And the biggest challenge that they face is communicating with students after they graduate. I really want to enhance this form of communication so that, because even as 3 young trustees on the board, we are not going to have a perfect snapshot or a perfect depiction of what it means to be a Duke student. I certainly won't as one student. But increasing communication, you're going to enhance the ability of the young trustees to do their job, and that is to be experts in the undergraduate experience and articulate what decisions potentially mean for students, whether it's affecting their civic engagement or their ability to get out into Durham or their ability to get their schoolwork done. But I see these increased communication flows as just one baby step towards increasing the overall transparency of the Board of Trustees, which I think will increase our student engagement with the direction of Duke University. If we can bit by bit show that, hey, the information we have from students, because they emailed us what it's like to be a Duke student, has helped us be better young trustees. Can we prompt them about some issues? Can we ask, this is coming up on the agenda, can we get some thoughts on it? That will, I hope, again, show how meaningful communication can be, and then just that will be a positive feedback loop in enhancing students' ability to contribute to board-level discussions and for our entire campus to engage like we have in the past, but we've had to force our way in, with respect to conflict minerals and things like that, and dealings with the board. But I want to take baby steps towards making this a more open process, and so that we can all participate in defining the future of Duke.
Great. You timed that perfectly.
Beautiful. Thank
Thanks
you very
so
much.
Yeah. And we can turn off